Hey there, welcome to the channel. It is seen that many students find it difficult to approach the problems on conditional probability and applying Bayes' theorem. So in this video, examples based on this concept are solved so that the approach to such problems is understood. I have also given a problem at the end of the video for you to try it out and see if you are able to approach such problems. So make sure you watch the entire video to tighten your grip on conditional probability problems. And do try out the last problem and submit your answer in the comments below. Let's begin. A group consists of equal number of men and women. In this group, 85% of the men and 80% of the women are employed. If a person selected at random from the group is unemployed, the probability that the selected person is a woman is. So let M be the event that a man is selected and W be the event that woman is selected. So the question says it consists of equal number of men and women. So probability of selecting a man or a woman are going to be equal 1 by 2. What it says, 85% of the men are employed. So let's say E is the event that the selected person is employed. Then it is given to us that probability that a selected man is employed is 85%, that is 0.85, and probability that a selected woman is employed is 80%, that is 0.8. Now the question talks about the person being unemployed. So what I'll do now is find out the probability that the selected man and woman will be unemployed, which is simply going to be complement of these probabilities. So we'll have probability that a selected man is unemployed will be 0.15 and probability that a selected woman is unemployed will be 0.2. So we now have the probabilities. Let's first find out what is the probability that a selected person is unemployed. Probability that a selected person is unemployed will be probability that we select a man and the man is unemployed, or probability that we select a woman and the selected woman is unemployed. So now substituting the values, which on simplification gives 0.175. So probability that the selected person is unemployed is 0.175. Now we need to find out that given that the person is unemployed, what is the probability that the selected person is a woman. So we'll now apply Bayes' theorem. Probability that the selected unemployed person is a woman is probability that a woman is selected and the selected woman is unemployed upon probability that the selected person is unemployed. So this is going to be how much? We get 0.57. So that will be the answer for this question, 0.57. A machine produces two parts A and B. It is found that 4% of part A and 2% of part B produced are defective. 75% of the parts produced on the machine are part B. If a part is selected at random and found to be defective, the probability that it is part B is. So let A be the event that part A is selected and B be the event that part B is selected. Now it states that 75% of the parts produced on machine are part B. So we'll have probability of selecting a part B will be 0.75 and so probability of selecting part A will be 0.25. Now let D be the event that the selected part is defective. Let D be the event that the selected part is defective. Then what the question states is 4% of part A and 2% of part B are defective. So we'll have probability that part A is defective is given as 4%, that is 0.04, and probability that part B is defective is 0.02. So these are the probabilities. Now let's first find out what is the probability that the part selected will be defective. So that will be given by the total probability. P of D will be P of selecting part A and the selected part being defective plus P of selecting part B and the selected part being defective. So this is, so this on simplification will give 0.025. So the probability that the selected part will be defective is 0.025. Now the question asks, what is the probability that it is part B? So it says that the selected part is found to be defective. What is the probability that it is part B? So once again we'll apply Bayes theorem. Knowing that the drawn part is defective, the probability that it is part B will be given by this probability P of B, knowing D has happened. So this will be probability that part B is selected and it is defective upon probability that a selected part is defective. So now putting in the values and simplifying, we get 0.6. So the answer for this question will be 0.6. This question was asked in GATE for 2 marks. The probability that a student knows the correct answer to a multiple choice question is 2 by 3. If the student does not know the answer, then the student guesses the answer. The probability of the guessed answer being correct is 1 by 4. Given that the student has answered the question correctly, the conditional probability that the student knows the correct answer is. So let K be the event that the student knows the answer and G be the event that the student guesses the answer. So what is given to us? Probability that the student knows the answer is 2 by 3. So P of K is 2 by 3. Now P of G is not directly given to us, but what it says is if the student does not know the answer, then he guesses the answer. So G is nothing but complement of K. So P of G will be 1 by 3. Probability that the student will guess the answer will be 1 by 3. Now let C be the event that the answer is correct. So what will be the probability that the answer will be correct when the student knows the answer? This is not given in the question. But when the student knows the answer will obviously be correct. So this probability will be 1. And probability of getting the correct answer when he guesses the answer is given to us in the question as 1 by 4. So these are the probabilities in front of us now. So let's first find out what is the probability that the student gets the answer correct. That will be given by this total probability. Probability of getting the correct answer is probability that the student knows the answer and he gets it correct, or probability that the student guesses the answer and he gets it correct. So this is 2 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 4, which comes down to 3 by 4. Now we need to find out, given that the student has answered the question correctly, what is the conditional probability that the student knows the answer. So we'll apply Bayes theorem now. Probability that the student knows the answer when he gets it correct will be probability that the student knows the answer and he gets it correct upon the probability that he gets the answer correct. Now we'll put down the values and simplify. We get 8 by 9. So the answer for this question will be 8 by 9, that is option D. There are 3 bags. Bag 1 contains 5 red and 3 black balls. Bag 2 contains 4 red and 5 black balls. And bag 3 contains 4 red and 6 black balls. 2 balls are drawn at random from one of the bags and found to be red. The probability that they are drawn from bag 2. So let's suppose B1 is the event that the balls are being drawn from bag 1. B2 be the event that the balls are being drawn from bag 2. And B3 is the event that the balls are being drawn from bag 3. Now since each of these are equally likely, we will have P of B1 will be equal to P of B2 will be equal to P of B3, which is 1 by 3. Alright. Now we need to look at the case where the 2 balls drawn are red. So let R be the event that two red balls are drawn. So now we need to find out what is the probability that the two red balls are being drawn from bag 1, what is the probability that the balls are being drawn from bag 2, and what is the probability that they are drawn from bag 3. So let's do them one by one. So first, probability that the two red balls are drawn from bag 1. So that will be given by, so bag 1 contains 5 red and 3 black balls. So there are total of 8 balls. So the sample space size will be 8C2. We are drawing 2 balls from 8. And the favorable event is drawing 2 red balls out of 5. So the favorable event size will be 5C2. So the required probability will be 5C2 upon 8C2. So this is going to be 5 into 4. 5 by 14. Similarly, probability of drawing the balls from bag 2 will be, so bag 2 has 4 red and 5 black balls. So there are total 9 balls, out of which 4 are red. So the required probability will be 4C2 upon 9C2. And now let's look at the probability that the two red balls are being drawn from bag 3. So bag 3 has 4 red and 6 black balls. So the favorable event size will be 4C2 out of the total sample, that is 10 balls, so 10C2. So it is 4C2 by 10C2. So we now have all the probabilities. So let's first find out what are the probabilities that the two balls drawn are red. Alright. So P of R. What is the probability that the two balls being drawn are red? So P of R is going to be nothing but probability that the balls are drawn from bag 1 and the balls drawn are red. So this is how we will find out the total probability that the two balls which are drawn are red. So this will be 1 by 3 into 5 by 14. So this is the probability that the two balls being drawn are red. It says that the balls are found to be red. Then what is the probability that they were drawn from bag 2? So here we will now apply Bayes theorem. So by Bayes theorem, knowing that the two balls drawn are red, what is the probability that they are drawn from bag 2? So this will be given by probability that bag 2 was selected and the red balls were drawn from bag 2 upon the probability that two red balls were drawn. So this is now 35 by 78. So that will be the answer for this question. The probability that they are drawn from bag 2 will be 35 by 78. You can convert it to decimals. Now we have discussed a few problems on conditional probability, and you must have understood how to approach such problems and apply Bayes theorem. Now I want you to try out the question on your screen and see if you are able to approach and solve the problem by yourself. Make sure you submit your answer in comments below. That's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, give a like and share it with your friends. If you want such videos on any specific topics, let us know in comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe now and turn on the notifications so that you do not miss out on our new videos. Thanks for watching.